Hi, my name is Katie Duong, and my research paper focused on education in prisons. My guiding research question was: should education programs be provided in prisons? So, when I was doing my research, there were two major schools of thought when it came to policies that should be in prisons. The first school of thought was that prisons are a place for punishment, while the second was prisons are a place for rehabilitation. So, the main counter argument I found against correctional education is that prisons are a place for punishment. A quote that illustrates this is: the greater the certainty, severity, and swiftness of punishment, the lower the crime rate will be. And this kind of shows the utilitarian way of thinking that by increasing the punishment level, the greater the deterrence against crime will be. However, my research found that there's generally no significant association between perceptions of punishment levels and actual levels that the criminal justice systems agencies work hard to achieve, implying that increases in punishment levels do not routinely reduce crime through general deterrence mechanisms. So this kind of just shows that prison in itself is enough of a punishment, and that by increasing the harshness of punishments more, it doesn't really do anything to deter crime. In fact, making prisons a place of super harsh punishment can be really damaging to them. By sending people to increasingly punitive and dangerous prisons, we do not socialize them into the norms and rules of American culture. Rather, we socialize them into the norms and rules of prison culture. So we're just perpetuating the cycle by making prisons a place of punishment and not really giving them a chance to transform. Conversely, providing correctional education programs in prison will inspire prisoners to live a crime-free life. Education may replace the fear of coming back to prison with a wish to remain free, a wish based not on wanting to stay out of trouble, but on the ability to develop new, more constructive interests in life. So basically, education provides a transformational opportunity and opens avenues for people to explore other things that are more productive than returning to crime once they're released. Not only will education inspire prisoners to live a crime-free life, it'll also give them the necessary skills to do so. This quote states: considering the vast numbers of inmates that do not possess the basic social and educational skills that they need to function in society, it should come as no surprise that many of those released from prison or jail will eventually return. To me, this was one of the most powerful quotes I found throughout my entire research. It was kind of an aha moment that a lot of these prisoners are good people, but they just don't possess the basic skills they need to be a productive member of society and make a living, which is why they revert to crime. So hopefully by giving them these skills, we will give them the foundation to live a crime-free life. The other aspect of my research that supported why correctional education should be provided in prisons is that education is cost-effective because it lowers recidivism rates. The recidivism rates are the rates which inmates are reincarcerated, and this is really significant because housing inmates is very expensive, and that falls upon taxpayers. Through my research, I found that correctional education programs lead to 43% lower odds of recidivating. And then I also did an interview with the governor's wife who works with college education programs in prison, and she said that prisoners who just take even one college course have a recidivism rate of only 2 to 3%, which is extremely low. I then looked at a study that estimated and compared the cost of inmates who got correctional education and those who didn't, and it found that the cost of providing education was between $140,000 to $174,000. It found that the 3-year reincarceration cost without education was between 2.94 to 3.25 million, while the 3-year reincarceration cost with education was only between 2.07 to 2.28 million. This means that providing correctional education programs would save between 0.87 to 0.97 million. This led me to conclude that correctional education programs should be provided in prisons because it provides a transformational experience for prisoners to become better citizens, and it is also cost effective in the long run for taxpayers. This research suggests that prisons should be structured around education and rehabilitation programs rather than punishment. It also suggests that there should be more research done on creating effective education programs. The more effective these education programs are, the lower the recidivism rate will be, leading to it being more cost effective in the long run. And some things to look into are the length of programs, teaching style, and the accessibility of these programs. Thank you for listening.